The next topic that we are going to discuss is number systems. Number systems precisely define a set of values used to represent quantity. As said, in early days we have used fingers and pebbles to count different values, but as need arises, we need to go for very lengthy calculation, complex calculation. So we need to go for a particular system which helps us to do all these calculations in a simple and easy manner. So we have gone for this number systems, and these number systems are classified into two broad categories. One is non-positional number system, second one is positional number system. We will see what is non-positional number systems and what are all the disadvantages of non-positional number system, and we will go for the positional number system. In non-positional number system, we have used fingers, pebbles, and the recent one which we are using under this non-positional number system is the Roman letters, which is difficult to represent, as well as the calculation that can be performed with this are limited. And it is also difficult to perform the calculation. But coming to your positional number system will have, for each and every quantity, it will be having a discrete symbol, and we can perform the calculation in a simple manner. A very good example for positional number system is decimal number system, which we are using. Here there will be 10 different symbols used to represent a particular quantity, and for each and every position you will be allocating one value. Based on that we will be performing the calculation, and you can perform the calculations like addition, multiplication, division, and it can extend up to this, the recent advanced calculation whatever we have. All these things are possible with your positional number system. When we discuss number systems, the vital part, okay, the number system is classified based on a particular thing called base or radix. What is base? The total number of discrete symbols used in a number system will be identified by this base or radix. For example, I said earlier, in decimal we will be using 10 different symbols. There is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we will be having 10 different symbols. So the radix of this decimal is 10. Similarly, we will be having the radix for other number systems. Now, the various number systems we are going to discuss. First, I said we will go for the decimal number system which we have used. This decimal number systems, I already said, we will be having 10 different values, and the other number systems which we have are binary, octal, hexadecimal. All these things we will be using in our computer systems. Now you can just see the different number system and their bases and set of allowed digit or finite digits to represent the quantity. For decimal, we have already discussed. Decimal have base as 10, and it will be having 10 distinct values. This we have used from the beginning. That is, when we started learning mathematics, we have used this decimal number system. Next, coming to binary. Binary has the base as 2. The two distinct values is 0 and 1. So you will be mostly in computers we will be using this binary system, because the way we will be storing all the quantities will be in zeros and ones. In early days, I said we will be using the magnetic polarities. That is, in one direction, if the magnetic field is energized, it will be representing 0. In another direction, if we store the information, it will be representing 1. And from that, we go on for the magnetic disk. In this, suppose if the value is stored, it will be considered as 1. If the value is not stored, it will be considered as 0. In such way, we will be organizing all the data in the magnetic disk. So we are using this particular thing. But in some cases, we will be going for octal and hexadecimal values. Octal and hexadecimal number systems as base as 8. You can just see the digit will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 0 to 7, 8 distinct values which we'll be using for octal. Next come to your hexadecimal. Hexadecimal has base as 16, and you can just see 0 to 9, okay, the 10 values from the decimal value will be available, and apart from that you will be having A, B, C, D, E and F. These are the totally, there is 16 values which we will be using to represent hexadecimal value. The next what we are going to discuss is how to convert the decimal value to binary and decimal value to octal and decimal value to hexadecimal, and the reverse. How we are going to convert these things, that is binary to decimal, octal to decimal and hexadecimal to decimal. How we are converting these things and how each and conversions are important. These are the two topics that we are going to next. First we will see conversion of decimal to binary. For example, we will take one decimal number 7. 7 is the decimal number, and we will be representing with the base, that is the radix, okay, 7 by 10. So it is decimal representation of 7. Okay, it will the quantity will be equal to 7. It will be 7 count, or it will be 7 kilometers, or for some example we can use this decimal. Next, the equivalent binary value, that is we need to convert this to radix 2. This to radix 2, it will be equal to. Now how we are going to convert? We are using the simple mathematics, there is a mathematical operation division, to find the value. That is we need to find this value. We don't know this. We need to find that. How we are going to find? First you use the 7. Okay. To which radix we need to convert? This is currently in radix 10. Okay. To which radix you are going to convert? You are going to convert to radix 2. So what you need to do, you need to use this particular number and you divide to the target radix. Target base or target radix. What will happen if you divide 7 by 2, you can divide it like this. There is 3. Okay, 3 is the value. 3 into 2 you will be having 6. A remainder will be 1. And you do this, you repeat this same step until you are not able to divide this particular value by 2. For example, again you are dividing the 3 with 2. You can divide it once. Okay, 1 into 2. And you will be having value. That is the quotient will be 1. And what will be the remainder? The remainder will be 1. Now, further you cannot divide this particular value by this 2. See, when you divided this 7, you get quotient as 3. When you divided 3 by 2, you get the quotient as 1. Now you are not able to further divide this particular number. Now what you need to do, you have these values, that is this is the quotient and these are the remainders which you have got for this particular division at various levels. Now you need to consider this. You need to write from here. You need to represent this number from here. That is, this will be the most significant bit. That is 1, and this will be followed by this number, second one, and this will be followed by this number 1. So this will be MSB. In binary representation, we have something called MSB and LSB. That is, the bit, the leftmost bit we call it as MSB. The rightmost bit we call it as LSB. So this we have learned in many techniques, and we also have Little Indian method, Big Indian method. All these things we have learned in our junior classes. Now, how we are going to, that is, we have converted this value 7 with base as 10, okay, to a particular value with base as 2. So the equivalent for 7 base 10 is equal to 1, 1, 1 base 2. So this is how we need to convert the decimal value to binary. This is how you will be having the representation. When you know the binary value, it is easy for you to perform any operations with your computer. So all the decimal values will be converted to binary values before performing the calculation. Now we are going to see how we are going to convert the decimal value to an octal value. That will be the next thing we will see. Now, I already said decimal value has 10 radix and octal value has 8 radix. Now, we see how the 25, that is value 25 of decimal, how it is converted to octal value. That is, this is one which we need to find. You need to do the same procedure which we have did for the binary conversion, that is decimal to binary conversion. That is, we need to consider there is this particular value and you divide this particular value using this and you get the quotient and remainder until you are not able to further divide the quotient. Now, what you are going to do, it is 25, you divide it by 8. So you can have, there is two, you will be having 3 times you can divide this particular value by this. So the quotient will be 3. Okay, what will be the remainder? Remainder it will be 1. And you can just see further you cannot divide this particular value using 8. So the decimal 25, the equivalent octal value of this decimal 25 will be 31. You need to consider like this. That is, this will be your most significant bit 3 and this will be your least significant bit 1. So the 31 is the octal value for the 25. So the radix, it will be like this, 2510 is equal to 2510 is equal to 318. See, always the base need to be given in the subscript. Okay, it should be given in subscript and it should be smaller than the font size should be smaller than the actual value. So now we have seen decimal to binary, decimal to octal. Now we are going to discuss how the decimal value can be converted to hexadecimal. This is the next thing that we are going to discuss. So now we are going to discuss decimal to hexadecimal. Decimal to hexadecimal. Now we take the same example which I consider for octal. Okay, 25 is the decimal value which has been given as input. Now we need to convert it to 16. That is, we need to convert it to 16. We need to find this particular value and we need to do the same procedure. Okay, the value given should be divided by, that is the value given 25 should be divided by 16. So 25 divided by 16. So how many times we can divide? We can divide it by 1 times. And what will be the remainder? The remainder will be 9. So 1, 9. Okay. Further you cannot divide this 1 by 16. So what you are going to do? You are going to write this from MSB. That is, you are going to write this from MSB. So 1, 9 will be the equivalent value for the given 25 in hexadecimal. So you will be writing 2510 is equal to 1916. So in decimal the value 25 will be represented in hexadecimal with 19 with radix as 16. So this is how you will be performing the operation. We will see one more example. Let us consider the value 27. Okay, we need to convert into hexadecimal. We need to convert this 27 to hexadecimal equivalent. How you are going to do? Repeat the same steps. 27, okay, divided by 16. You can divide it by 1 and the remainder will be 11. Okay, 11 cannot be represented in hexadecimal. So what is the equivalent? That is, after 9 we will be having A, B, C, D, E, F. A will give value 10, or A is the value for 10, B is the value for 11, C is for 12, D is for 13, E is for 14 and F is for 15. So what you are going to write? You need to give the value B here. Instead of 11 you need to give value B. So it will be 1B, the equivalent for 27. So you can write like this, 27 10 is equal to 1B 16. So this is how you need to perform the operations. So you need to know all the digits and what is the equivalent for that particular value decimal, and you need to replace that particular value with the equivalent. So far we have discussed decimal representation to other representations. Now we need to learn the reverse also. First we will see how the binary number is converted to a decimal number. So binary to decimal conversion. Binary to decimal conversion is the next thing that we are going to discuss, and how we are going to do. For example, we take the same number 111, that is the equal representation in decimal is 7, which we have taken now. We take the same example and we are going to convert into decimal. How we are going to do it? 111 with radix 2 is equal to what? Is of 10. The value that we need to find is this one. Okay, we need to find this particular thing. How we are going to find? First we need to just split this number 1, 1, 1. From the LSB, you need to start performing this operation. You can just say this LSB should be multiplied by 2 power 0. So 1 into 2 power 0. This should be added with the next bit. And you need to increase the power of this 2 by 1. You need to increase the power of this value, the power of 2 by 1. So here 1 into 2 power 1 plus here the MSB 1 into 2 power 2. After this, what you need to do? You need to calculate the value. Here the value will be 1 into 2 power 0, it will be equal to 1. 2 power 0 is 1, 1 into 1 is 1, and here you can just see 2 power 1 is 2, 2 into 1 is 2. After this, you can just see here you will be 2 power 2, it will be 4, 4 into 1 is 4, so 4. So 4 plus 2 is 6, 6 plus 1 is equal to 7. So the equivalent binary representation for 1, 1, 1 to the base 2 is equal to 7 to base 10. So you can write like this. So the equivalent of 1, 1 to the base 2 is equal to 7 to the base 10. The conversion of this 1, 1 to the base 2 should be done to the decimal 10. How we are going to do it? You can just see that 1, 1, 1. We have base 2. Okay. Now what you need to do? You need to convert to the decimal. So what the first thing what you need to do earlier, what you have did to convert decimal to binary, you have divided that particular number by 2. Now you need to multiply this value by 2 to the power of some value. Now what you are doing, the LSB should be multiplied by 2 power 0. So 1 into 2 power 0. The value will be equal to 1 because 2 power 0 is 1. Any value to the power 0 is 1. So that value, if it is multiplied with 1, we will be getting the value as 1. So next bit you need to take, and this bit is 1 should be multiplied with 2 power 1. You need to increment the power by 1. So the value will be equal to 2. Similarly, the MSB. It is also 1 and you need to multiply it by 2 power 2. Because if you increment 1, the value will be equal to 2, so which will be equal to 4. Now, finally, you sum all these values, you will be getting the decimal equivalent for the given binary. So the value is equal to 7. So the equivalent of 1, 1, 1, 2 to the base 2 is equal to 7 to the base 10. So this is how you need to convert the binary value to decimal value. The next conversion is octal to decimal. As we have seen, binary to decimal. Next we are going to discuss is octal to decimal. The procedure is similar to the previous one, only the radix changes. In previous case, what we have done, we have multiplied with 2 power. Okay, here we are going to multiply the binary value by 8 power some value. Okay, the power value as usual, it will be incremented by 1 for each and every bit. Okay, now we will see the same example which we have discussed earlier. What is the equivalent for 25 which we have discussed? It is 3, 1. So 3, 1 is the octal value. We need to find the decimal equivalent. Okay, that is we need to find this particular value. How we are going to perform? Now you can just see 3, 1 is the octal value. First what you need to do, take the first bit, and you multiply it by 8 power 0. It will be equal to 1 because anything power 0 is 1. 1 into 1 is equal to 1, And next thing, you need to multiply this value, that is 3 into 8 power 1, which is equal to 24. You sum these two values, this will be giving 25. So the value 31 in octal form, the equivalent representation in decimal is 25. So you'll be giving 81 8 equal to 25 10. So this is how you need to perform the octal to decimal conversion. The next conversion is hexadecimal to decimal. Again, here the radix only changes. Previous, in the first conversion, that is in binary to decimal conversion, we have multiplied the values bits by 2. And in the octal conversion, there is a octal to hexadecimal conversion. What we have did, we have multiplied the bits by 8. Now here we are going to multiply the bits with 16, and the power will be usually incremented by 1. It starts with 0. Now we take the same example which we have considered the previous case. That is, we have taken 1 9. 1 9 is the hexadecimal value which we have used. We need to find the decimal value. You can just say, I am placing 1 9 here. First, but you need to multiply it by 16 power 0. 16 power 0. So 16 power 0 will be equal to 1, and 1 into 9, the value will be equal to 9. Next, 1 should be multiplied by 16 power 1. So it should be equal to, it is equal to 16, and you sum this value, it will be equal to 25. So 1 9 in hexadecimal is equal to 25 in decimal. Now we go for the another example with that particular representation which we have used the hexadecimal value. Now there is the 1b. That how we are going to convert. You can just see it here. The value which we are given is 1b. In hexadecimal, we need to find the value in decimal. We need to find the value in decimal. I already said the b, the equivalent value in decimal is 11. But when we consider the conversion, it should be like this. B should be taken like this. B into 16 power 0. B into 16 power 0. And the equivalent of B is 11. So what you need to do? You need to write 11. And after that you need to do this particular operation in the previous manner. So the value will be 27. So 1b in hexadecimal is equivalent to 27 in decimal. So this is how you need to do the conversion. That is all the reverse process from different number representation to decimal representation. Next thing that we are going to discuss, how the octal can be converted to binary and how the hexadecimal can be converted to binary. These are the two things that we are going to discuss. First we will see how the finite set in octal, that is octal has totally 8 different digits, and what are the equivalents of these 8 digits in binary. First we will discuss that, and after that we will go for the conversion, octal number to binary conversion. First we will see, here you can just see octal representation, octal digits. It will be starting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Its equivalent binary value, it will be like this. Binary value, it will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. So you can just see for 0, the equivalent binary representation is 0, 0, 0. And for 1, it is 0, 0, 1. For 2, it is 0, 1, 0. For 3, it is 0, 1, 1. For 4, it is 1, 0, 0. For 5, it is 1, 0, 1. For 6, it is 1, 1, 0. For 7, it is 1, 1, 1. So these are the binary representations for the base digits. And how we are going to convert and give an octal value to binary, that is the next step which you are going to see. You can just see here, suppose if I have an octal representation like this, 0, okay, 1, 7, 0, 1, 7. This is the octal representation given value. We need to convert it to binary. How we are going to convert it? How we are going to convert this particular value? Just see, we know the 7. What is the binary representation for 7 if it is given in octal, it will be equal to 1, 1, 1. After that, the value 1. What is the binary representation which we have used? It is 0, 0, 1. And for 0, the binary representation is 0, 0, 0. The another form of representation you can do like this: 0, 1, 7. The first thing, 1, 1, 1. Second one, 0, 0, 1. Third one, 0, 0, 0. You concatenate these things. It will be 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this is the binary representation for 0, 1, 8 in octal. So you can write like this: 0, 1, 7 of 8 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1 of 2. The next conversion is hexadecimal to binary conversion. First we will see, similar to the previous case, how the hexadecimal value has the equivalent in binary. Because we have seen the octal representation, and equal to the equivalent binary value we have already seen for your octal number, and similarly for hexadecimal, what are all the different equivalent representation for each and every hexadecimal digit. First we will see the hexadecimal and its binary equivalent. For 0, it will be represented as 0, 0, 0, 0. For 1, it is 0, 0, 0, 1. For 2, it is 0, 0, 1, 0. For 3, it is 0, 0, 1, 1. For 4, it is 0, 1, 0, 0. For 5, it is 0, 1, 0, 1. For 6, it is 0, 1, 1, 0. For 7, it is 0, 1, 1, 1. For 8, it is 1, 0, 0, 0. For 9, it is 1, 0, 0, 1. For A, it is 1, 0, 1, 0. For B, it is 1, 0, 1, 1. For C, it is 1, 1, 0, 0. For D, it is 1, 1, 0, 1. For E, it is 1, 1, 1, 0. For F, it is 1, 1, 1, 1. So these are all the equivalent binary value for the hexadecimal representation. So similar to your binary, suppose if we give 0, 1, 7 as the value, you need to write the binary representation, and we are going to see how we are going to convert this particular thing, that is particular hexadecimal value, to the binary equivalent. Now we take one example for the conversion, and we'll write the binary representation of that. Suppose you have 0 B as your hexadecimal value. Now you need to convert to its decimal. We need to find this particular value. How you are going to use it? 0 B. You write it. What is the value of B in your hexadecimal? It will be equal to 1, 0, 1, 1. What is the value for 0? It will be equal to 0, 0, 0, 0. Combine these two things. 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 is the binary representation for 0B in 16. So you can write like this: 0B 16 is equal to 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1 in with radix. This is the binary representation of 0. Now we are going to discuss binary to octal. So far we have discussed there is octal to binary, hexadecimal to binary. The reverse should also be possible. So we are discussing binary to octal, and we will see how we are going to convert binary to hexadecimal. Suppose if you are given a number 10101, and you need to convert this particular number to octal. So this should be represented in octal. How we are going to do it? The process is very, very simple. You can just see, you write this particular number. You write this number, just 10101. From the left significant bit, you group the bits, okay, you group the bits such a way that 3 bits form one particular group. 3 bits form one particular group. Here you can just see this particular set will form one particular group. Next, you can just see here you have only 2 bits. So what you are going to do, you are going to add in the MSB side the zeros. You are going to add the MSB side 0. So you are going to add a 0 here. So this is the second group. This is the second group. Now you have 1 0 1 as first group, 0 1 0 as the second group. What is the octal equivalent for 1 0 1? It is 5. What is the octal equivalent for 0 1 0? It is 2. So the value which is given like this, that is 1 0 1 0 1, in binary the equivalent value is 25 in octal. So you can write like this: 1 0 1 0 1 binary is equal to 2 5 in octal. This is how you need to convert binary to octal. Next thing that we are going to see is binary to hexadecimal. This is the thing, next conversion that we are going to discuss. So suppose if you are given a binary value, something like this, 1 1 0 1 0 1 1. Suppose if this is the binary value which is given to you, you need to convert into an hexadecimal value. The process is similar to the previous one, the octal conversion. What you need to do, from the LSB, you need to group the number of bits into some, that is, you need to group this particular binary number such that each group contain 4 bits from the LSB. So how you are going to do it? 1 1 0 1 0 1 1 is the given number in the binary form. So from LSB you are grouping it such that each group contains 4 bits. So this will be my first group. So the second thing will be, say, second group, but you can just see here it contains only 3 bits. So similar to the previous case, what we are going to do, we are going to add zeros in the MSB side. So if we add 0 in this MSB side, this will also become 4-bit group. So this is the second group which we have. This is the second group which we have. Now what you are going to do, here you can just see that this particular value you are getting, we know that the equivalent binary for each and every hexadecimal, the equivalent binary value we know it. What is the equivalent binary value for 1011? It is B. Yes, B. What is the equivalent value for 0110? It is 6. So the hexadecimal representation 1011. Okay, its equivalent is B, and 0110 is 6. So you can write like this: 111011 of 2 is equal to 6B of 16. I already said the radix should be available in subscript. So this is the equivalent hexadecimal value for the given binary number. So this is how you need to convert the values in, that is, if it is given in binary to hexadecimal. The last two conversions are octal to hexadecimal, then hexadecimal to octal. Okay, how we are going to do it? Here what we will be doing, the given octal value or given hexadecimal value will be converted to some intermediate form. From that intermediate form, it will be either, suppose if it is given in octal, it will be converted to hexadecimal, and if it is given in hexadecimal, it will be converted to octal. But the intermediate form, okay, it can be binary. If it is binary, it is easy for us to perform the conversion. Now we are going to see how we are going to convert an octal value to hexadecimal. Octal to hexadecimal. Now we can take one octal value, 17 octal value. We need to convert it to some hexadecimal value. The first step 1, we need to get the binary equivalent for 17. What is the binary equivalent for 17? It is 0 0 1 and 1 1 1. This is the binary equivalent for 17 octal. Now we are going to convert this into hexadecimal. Now you have this as your binary value. You are going to convert this to hexadecimal. So it is like this. Step 2. You have a binary value, you have a binary value, and you are going to convert to hexadecimal. This we have done already. How we are going to do it? We are going to group the given binary value into the group containing 4 elements from the LSB. So we are going to do it 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, 1. So this becomes one group and this becomes the another group. You need to add 2 zeros. You need to add 2 zeros. So you can just see here the equivalent of this particular binary value is F, and for this particular value is 0. For this particular value is 0. So the equivalent of 17 in octal value is 0F in hexadecimal. So you can write like this: 17 of octal is equal to 0F of 16. So this binary, that is intermediate form, you need to convert, then only it is possible for us to go for hexadecimal. Similarly, we need to do the reverse operation. In this conversion, we are going to convert hexadecimal to octal. Now we are going to see 1B. It is given in hexadecimal. We need to convert into octal. How we are going to do it? Now, as I said, the step 1, you need to convert this hexadecimal value into binary value. What is the hexadecimal value for B? It is 1011. 1011. What is the binary value for this particular one? It is 0001. So for B, the binary value is 1011. For 1, the binary value is 0001. Now step 2, what you are going to do? Now you have your binary number, you need to convert into an octal value. You need to convert into octal value. So step 2, binary to octal. So to convert binary value to octal, what you need to do? From the LSB, you need to group the bits such that each group contain 3 bits. So it will be like this: 0001, 1011. The first group is this. The second group is this. The third group, it contains only 2 bits. So what you are going to do? You are going to add one more 0. So this is your third group. Now, what is the octal equivalent for 011? It is 3. Again, the octal equivalent for 011, it is 3. The octal equivalent for 000, it is 0. So for 1B in hexadecimal, the equivalent octal value is 033. You can just see 1B 16 is equal to 033. So this is how you need to convert. And of course, in all these things, you can just eliminate the 0 if it is available in the MSB. And remove this 0. So that is the equivalent. 33 is the equivalent for 1B.